The fog pouring across the Golden Gate Bridge and into the Bay Area tonight. We're just about set for action. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is his calling card for sure. David, thank you. Now the starting group for Orlando. Fultz and Ross pair up to make this. And the old core of this team out there, Curry and Clay as guards with Draymond at 4. Wiggins is out there with Weissman. Around the league, Doris, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are trying to go big. If you were a coach at this point, which way would you go?
Well, it's all contingent on who your personnel is. Do your strengths lie in the post, or do they lie on the perimeter? The best coaches put their best players in positions to be successful, and you maximize the talent on your roster.
And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. Now here's Ross. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. And stolen by Wiggins. To the paint. They get a hand on it. Curry passes it to Green. Weissman with a wide open look. Nice form on the 20-footer.
I think unselfish is a word that applies beautifully to Draymond Green. He's so good at sharing the basketball.
The pass to Wagner. We play just over a minute here in the first. Ross against Thompson. That one good for 2.
Well, this guy's going to find his way to get the ball in the bucket. Contact or not, Terrence Ross can flat score the basketball.
Curry dishes to Weissman. Back to Curry. Lets it go with a 3. No good on the shot. And Orlando will come the other way. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
Here's Thompson after Jonathan Isaac's bucket. No good on the triple. To the inside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against San Antonio.
And while he's dealt with injuries, I still have enjoyed watching the growth of Jonathan Isaac. The guy entered the league. Everyone knew he could be a shot blocker, but he does so much more defensively.
Here are the Magic now, following the score by Golden State. You know, Greg, you got to agree that defense isn't the only area where Jonathan Isaac is improved.
And no question, Kevin, his offense has developed as well. He's becoming a more confident scorer, steadily increasing his output on that end.
Anthony's checked in for Terrence Ross.
Oh, you think into Markelle Fultz's early part of his career, he was under such scrutiny as the #1 overall pick. This guy's starting to prove how valuable he can be. I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
And the Warriors with some changes. Kuminga's come in for Draymond Green. Porter comes in for Wiggins. And Poole sub in for Klay Thompson. The Magic also changing it up. Carter, he's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. Okeke comes in for Wagner. And it's Suggs in for Markelle Fultz.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
To the middle. Duncan with the block. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Anthony up on top. Here's Okeke. 5 to shoot. Here's Carter. He doesn't hit that one. And Golden State will come the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good now.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
Here's Okeke, following the basket by Otto Porter. Pass to Carter. And here is Suggs. Duncan kicks to Anthony. Shoots over Curry. They get it again. Duncan. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Duncan's got his second basket of the night.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Back to Curry. Three-pointer. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
Perhaps the first thing a defense must do is chase Stephen Curry off the three-point line. Because if you give him space, guys, he's going to make it.
It's good. And it's 6 points for Duncan.
In that height, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Curry passes to Wiseman. Back to Curry. Right side, Porter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Cole Anthony.
Love the mentality for Porter. Gets inside and goes right at the defender.
And Porter drops them both. Now, here's Suggs. Guarded closely. Duncan can't hit. Inside, here's Wiseman. And finished off by Wiseman.
That's a big man move by Wiseman, roughing up the D with that emphatic finish.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. The Warriors on top. Well, you hear it a lot, keeping your focus.
And as much defensive attention as Curry commands on a nightly basis, he can't afford a lapse of focus.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Curry and Poole have the guard spots. Wiseman's out there with Bielitsa. And it's Porter in at the 3 spot. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Tiny in the last game against the Rockets was outstanding. He had 15 points, and there was no answer for him all game long. Looked like he got whatever shot he wanted out there. He did a little bit of everything for them. It just seemed like he was everywhere on the floor. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the report, D.A. Greg, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
And here's Poole for 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
Should be an interesting game as these teams don't see a lot of each other being from different conferences.
Right. They'll meet 2 times this year, East versus West. Let's see which team can enforce their style of play.
And Greg, some star big men have complained that they get hit all game long. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
So on the floor for Orlando, Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. Wagner is out there with Isaac, and it's Duncan in at the 5, roaming the paint. Thompson finds Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Outside, Green. Isaac against Wiggins. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Duncan's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Isaac. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his second.
Don't let the frame fool you. Jonathan Isaac is lean, but he is unafraid of contact. I love that play.
And the second free throw, good. And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That will complete this 4-game homestand. And he's able to get it back. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Fultz kicks to Wagner. Top of the key, Duncan. Now, here's Wagner. Covered by Wiggins. And Duncan throws it down hard.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Curry against Fultz. Passes it to Wiggins. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down. And what a year for Andrew Wiggins and his offense. The outside shot took some huge leaps forward.
I think as importantly, his efficiency went through the roof. This guy seemed more comfortable playing as a second option. Less pressure allowed him to thrive.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. It's ironic that while the league took refuge in Orlando to complete the 2020 season, the Magic has had no reprieve from the rash of injuries that affected its top young players the last few years. This team is well coached and plays hard. Hopefully their fortunes will change when it comes to health. Guys?
All right, David, thank you. Bielitsa, he's checked in for the Warriors. Porter comes in for Wiggins, then for the Magic. Bamba is checked in for Isaac, and Anthony subbed in for Ross. And Thompson kicks to Wiseman. From 15 feet away, that's good on the jump shot. 8 points for James Wiseman.
Klay Thompson understanding how to read the floor and make the right choice. Yes, he can score it, but good vision there.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Approach for the Warriors.
And they made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
Yeah, something else that stands out tonight is how many assists they have.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Green and Wiseman make up the inside pair. Sharing the wing spots, it's Thompson and Wiggins. And it's Poole in at the point. He gets it in there.
Wow, what a nimble move on the interior by Fultz. He touches the paint and wants to score it.
Pass to Thompson. Got a piece of it. Over Ross. And he recovers it. Tries again. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Good on the shot.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now, here's Poole. He's guarded by Ross. Here's Thompson. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Shoots it up. Kept alive Orlando. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Duncan.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Thompson right side, fires the three, down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Now, here's Poole. He's guarded closely. And here's Wiseman. And it's sent back by Lopez.
You know, it's blocks like that which make Lopez such a factor in the paint.
They get it back. Poole no good. The Magic trailed by 11. Here's Ross. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Golden State's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. There's the pass to Wiseman. Lopez with the block, and he recovers it. Out to the wing. From 12 feet out. Thompson with the rebound. Warriors leading by 11. Fires for three, and the rebound goes to Duncan. Magic have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Now here's Fultz, guarded by Poole. 1:11 left here in the fourth quarter.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Warriors.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their impressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Stephen Curry.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
And so it's Fultz who brings up the ball for the Orlando Magic. 15-point game.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
One of the best in the business, absolutely. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Green deciding where to go with it. We see the Warriors taking the game here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And
we'll see you next time